Aloha and welcome to another edition of TC Muzique. I'm Polani and we're back here in the studios of the Minneapolis Television Network, Channel 33. And we're coming to you live for another edition of TC Muzique. Tonight's special studio guest will be Black Spot, and we'll be taking your phone calls. We'll have a trivia question for you to answer. You can ask the band questions and all kinds of neat stuff coming your way. So we invite you to stick and stay to this edition of TC Muzique. It's TC Muzique, a show for those who play and listen to music. Once again, I'm Polani, and we're back in the studios here at the Minneapolis Television Network. If you saw the show last time around, which was 2 weeks ago when we had the widgets on, we introduced you to a new segment of the show called TC Muzique Beat. And we're going to let you take a look at that. We covered an event that took place recently, and here's what it's all about right here on TC Muzique. And as you can tell, the place is pretty rocking right now. We've gone through about half the contestants thus far, and we're going to be checking out the rest of the contestants to come. So you want to stick and stay to this edition of TC Muzique Beat. You're taking a look at Joe Yeager, who was one of the contestants at the 3rd annual Twin Cities Best Drummer Contest. This is Gabriel Acevedo, who plays with the group Duck Crash, produced by Jesse Johnson. And now you're taking a look at one of the judges and the special guest for the evening, Carmine Apice. Of course, a legendary drummer from the late 60s. He's doing his own musical deal right now with King Cobra, a band that's called that. And this is Sheila Early, I believe the only female contestant in this event. Sheila Early from St. Louis Park. Of course, and we're talking to Dave Hansel, and he's involved with the Rupert's organization. And maybe, Dave, you can tell us a little about yourself. Yeah.
Sure. I'm the drummer of Rupert's Nightclub. I've been currently actually playing for about the last 4 years out there, and staying real busy. I was one of the judges at the contest here tonight, and there are a lot of fine players out here tonight.
And this thing has really taken off. It started about 3 years ago. How do you feel as a musician locally about this kind of thing?
Oh, it's great. It's great especially for the younger guys to get experience playing in front of crowds like this. And myself, I was real nervous. And I don't get nervous when I play, but this type of a thing is a whole different story.
Bob Lincoln, who was contestant number 5 here at the 3rd annual Twin Cities Best Drummer Contest. And how did it go for you, Bob?
Felt really good. It was really positive. Well, what really turns me on as a drummer is just seeing like technical ability, stuff like grace notes and ghost notes with the hands and stuff, and just total control. You know, sure, I mean, like those two-handed cymbal crashes are nice and flashy and stuff, but I just, I like it when people are really technical and precise.
Again, backstage at the Caboose, the 3rd annual Twin Cities Best Drummer Contest, and we're here with none other than the legendary Carmine Apice, who was one of the judges this evening and also performed, just got done performing. You can tell he's got his shirt off. He had worked up a sweat And what'd you think of the whole deal?
Great. There's a couple of really good ones. More than a couple. There's like a few really good drummers out there.
Now, what
I didn't want to go on after that, you know.
I'm sure you held your own very well, of course. And
good to hear.
What brought you out here?
Well, I'm endorsing Sabian cymbals, and I do clinics and appearances for Sabian. So this is one of the appearances I do for Sabian, and I'll be back in 2 weeks to do an actual clinic at the Thunderbird Hotel on the 28th with Vinnie Vincent's drummer, Bobby Rock.
Okay.
So that's really why I came out, to promote the clinic and to, you know, I love doing these things. I did the Carmine and Peach drum-offs for 5 years in Los Angeles, the same thing, and I took them around the country and had national contests, and it's a lot of fun. I love seeing all the drummers going for it, you know.
First place, the 3rd annual Twin Cities Best Drummer Contest goes to Stokely Williams.
Stage live at the Caboose for the 3rd annual Twin Cities Drummer Contest, and I have with me, of course, the winner of this 3rd annual Twin Cities Best Drummer Contest. His name is Stokely Williams. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
For the excellent performance. So how do you feel about the talent that's coming out of Minneapolis as far as drums or just musicians in general?
It's funny because it's kind of sad because it takes something like this to get everybody out the woodwork, you know.
And you're taking a look at the footage from the 3rd annual Twin Cities Best Drummer Contest that was held at the Caboose, and of course the TC Muzique Beat camera, if you will, was there to cover the event, and we got to talk to some people, so we hope you enjoyed that little bit. And if we're around next year, we'll probably be covering that also. But in any case, we're back in the studios. You can call in at 521-9886. We're coming to you live on Channel 33, the Minneapolis Television Network. The show is TC Muzique, and our guests this evening are Black Spot. And we have with us here Jay Christopher, who's the vocalist to my left. And this is Steve Bransig, plays the guitar. Next to him is Scott Hall on bass, and Steve's brother Pat plays the drums. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for showing up on the show.
We came on time, eh?
Oh yeah,
we made it.
Here on time.
We're having fun,
and we're glad to have you here. And why don't we talk about first? How long have you guys been playing together?
Since March of '88.
Since March of '88.
But we've been doing the big storm thing.
The big storm thing.
Yeah, train keeps rolling. It's just chugging, chug, chug.
And you guys, okay, so this is a 4-piece How did you all...
Three-piece with vocals.
With vocals.
That means we play the instruments, and this guy right here.
But I mean,
he provides
singing
this
is kind
part
of, he's like a human instrument, right? I mean,
pretty much. He's
provide the
pretty much a
vocal-
human instrument.
Right.
He plays himself up and down the stage. You know.
Okay. And how did you guys?
Physical thing.
How did you guys get together then? Or how did you originally all meet up?
We probably have to give the MTC credit on that, because me and Steve were in the same bus line, you know, when we had these slave positions downtown at major department stores.
Major.
And you know that little caramel corn factory right next to the
Absolutely.
Radisson Court? Well, I worked there for 17 years, and Steve came and saved me from the boredom and doldrums
Yes.
of the caramel
He
corn
had the
company.
answer for
He
a
had the
better
answer, yes.
and more fulfilling life.
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
What about the
Those two?
Well, we always
Scott
knew we were going to be in a band together.
Well, actually, those two
Was
are
it
from,
destiny for you
they're
then?
from Sisseton, South Dakota, and we rescued them from the tedium and boredom of the South Dakota prairie.
We brought him here.
Glad to have you along, boys.
Our pizza's here, by the way.
Our pizza.
Here.
Oh,
come on in
Domino's,
here. Come on in.
Has anyone
you.
paid
You
you yet? Oh, Monty!
Maybe you could turn around.
Turn around there, Rick.
Camera here.
Rick, turn around.
What's your name, sir?
His name's Rick. Look,
Rick.
there's the
Rick from
tag there.
Domino's. And
Was this within 20 minutes? Do we get a bonus? Save a couple bones?
You're on that camera. there,
okay.
Rick.
Well, you can turn around now. We've got
You want
enough
to say
TV
hi to any
exposure for
family
you.
members or anything?
Okay. This is what you call your basic Canadian. Whoa!
Oh my God!
Oh no! Give me, where'd my pizzas go?
Percentages.
Oh sure. This isn't even Canadian bacon and pineapple.
This is cheese.
Oh man. I want a receipt.
Okay. So no, they're just giving you a
I
hard
would
time.
still like
okay.
a receipt.
Honest.
Thanks.
on the box. I need
Okay.
40 cents.
40
cents.
Oh, God.
Get your feet off the pizza.
Give him an extra buck too.
Oh, yeah.
You ready? But anyway, while we're dealing with this,
Slice?
no, I'm fine, thanks.
Sure now.
Nice.
Yeah.
But again, this is
Where's
Black
the beer?
Spot, believe it or not, here in the studios, and you can talk to them at 521-9886. And maybe we should blurt out the
thanks,
trivia
Rick.
question right now. How's that? And then we can
Good
get the
idea.
people calling in.
Sounds good.
Okay.
You got it on the computer
So,
printout.
well, I would
Way to
like
go.
to have you
Look,
guys
3D
blurt it
pizza.
out.
Okay.
Which one? Who wants to volunteer? You could look in camera. Which camera? 2, 3?
What do we got?
Okay, camera
that
3,
one.
right there.
Okay. We all.
Anyway, the trivia question for tonight
You
is,
know they're both on.
if any of you remember Rory Storm, he was
Take
the
it, Scott.
original guy. Ringo Starr was his drummer before he joined the Beatles back in the 60s in Liverpool.
Of course, he was born then.
Anyway, the question is, yeah, I wasn't even born then.
You lived there
And-
then.
What's the question?
The question is, how did he die?
life.
What kind of untimely death did he receive? That's the question.
Call in.
Rory,
Can you have the answer?
521-9886.
Here's the number,
Operators are standing
Kurt,
by.
call.
So give
3D
us a call.
pizza.
And you can also talk to Black Spot, who is at the moment chowing on some Domino's.
Not me.
What kind of pizza is that anyway?
Dr. Tongue's 3D pizza.
All right, we have pepperoni and
ounce of
cheese,
pizza.
it looks like. Okay, what is your background before Black Spot? Have any of you jammed with any other people, bands, that kind of thing, or?
I'm a
yeah.
singer in Rifle Sport, which is a still functioning organization, building and looking for a brighter tomorrow.
Okay. Anybody else?
Me, myself,
Prior-
I was
prior
in another
jam?
band called, over there. We were called Figures, and before that I was in some other bands. And I'm still, well, I do some shows with Curtis A. In fact, on the 7th of December, we're doing the John Lennon tribute.
Oh yes,
Be there.
this Saturday
Oh,
night,
yeah, put
Rifle
in your
Sport's
plug.
playing in the 7th Street entry. It ought to be very engaging and intriguing to most of our viewing audience.
I was also in Figures their last year of existence. Steve was nice enough to get me in the band in the first place. Oh, Steve was nice enough to get me in the band. That got me my, my
about you,
road leg,
Pat?
so to speak.
No, I still have
Kind of a
just
freelance
Black Spot.
agent?
Yep.
Just
Then-
Black Spot, okay. So that's the wrap on that.
That was it.
And let's talk about your music. How would you describe Black Spot's sound?
Pretty manly. Got a lot of guyish appeal.
It's pretty hard rock, kind of.
Kind of loud.
What kind of influences are you drawing from?
I think Elwee and the Tree Weasels, Motorhead, Martin Short, and that's you know the major things for me personally.
I don't eat my crusts.
Okay, right now we're going to take a look at your video. Is this your first video?
Oh, it's our very first one.
Very first one.
Well,
Would you like to introduce it then? for everybody out there in TV land?
Well, this is the first song that Chris and I wrote together back in my living room.
It's kind of an emotional, touching number. It's called Badass Hammer.
Our good friend Phil Harder
coming up
shot
here
most of
on
this
TC
footage
Music.
here.
And that's music from Black Spot, and that is called... That's music from Black Spot, and that's called Badass Hammer right here on TC Musique. And we have Black Spot, Jay Christopher, Steve Bratzig, Scott Hall, and Pat Bratzig here with us in the studio. So you can call in to talk to them at 521-9886, or also answer the trivia question, which is, who was Rory Storm, and what were the circumstances surrounding his death?
Untimely death.
Untimely death. Untimely death. And we do have a nice prize for you to
Wasn't quite old
enjoy.
age.
So please call in at 521-9886.
What's the prize? I know.
What is it? Why don't you mention it?
Do you want me to answer it?
No, the prize.
No, I don't know what the prize.
The weekend for two at the Fantasy Room.
There's something
in the
going on, I
Ramada
believe,
Inn.
next week that involves your group, right? At
the weekend at Fantasy House.
That would be the 25th.
Well, it's
the
something
25th.
like that.
We're going to be in Duluth.
You know,
But,
the video that we just saw, which is so weird that it would happen that you play it right here in Golden Valley, seen in Minneapolis and probably the entire Twin Cities, but which was banned in Bloomington, Minnesota. You know why? Now they think that Chris, in his polka dot undershorts, as manly as he may be.
Sorry, Skip.
It's, and oh, this, boy, and
They didn't like the suggestion
All
of
of his,
undulating pelvis of the man in his
pelvis.
underwear on
It's
the
kind of like
television.
Elvis on the Ed Sullivan Show.
But anyways, the prize is 1 or 2 tickets to our show next Friday, the 24th. 24th.
Day after Thanksgiving.
24th.
25th.
Day after
November.
Thanksgiving. 7th Street entry.
Friday.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more. You were getting into the video. What's it all about? What's the song all about?
The song is all about some construction worker that's very frustrated. Stressed. Quite frustrated kind of, construction worker.
Working on his job for 10, 15
What
years.
other kinds of songs do you write? I mean, you have an album coming out soon. Tell us a little bit about that.
They're all pretty violent.
Well, the Black Spot album is entitled Burn. It'll be on Ruthless Records Horse Latitudes. And it's going to be available in 3 different formats: cassette, LP, and compact disc.
Yes,
And,
we're into the 80s.
It's mostly songs of frustration, teen adulation, and sexual stimulation.
Which we still haven't really developed
In
out
a
of yet.
mannish kind of way, of course.
And how many songs are on that?
10.
There's 10 songs.
Except on the CD,
The
you
CD
get a
has a
bonus cut.
bonus.
Bonus cut on CD.
Ooh.
It's kind of like the big commercial push into the 80s.
It's one of those marketing gimmicks, right?
It's a ploy.
You got to
No,
sell the
actually,
product.
My idea
right.
was to put it in.
Okay. Okay, and I have a kind of an intriguing question. Why is Ed Grimley is cool? Why is Ed Grimley cooler than Pee Wee Herman, gentlemen?
Well,
Well, I must say,
Stand up and do this one.
he's the most decent of decent fellas,
he's really kind of
Okay.
guy.
neighbor named
Pee Wee
Miss
was
Malone.
pretty hot in the late 70s,
okay.
early 80s. Now Pee Wee's become a little
Old
passe,
hat.
and I think Ed Grimley's really moved
Ed's
into
way
Saturday,
cooler.
Saturday morning program.
Pee Wee's got a
slot
color
with
for him
power.
set out now.
Okay. So he's kind of like, do you adopt him or incorporate his
No,
theme
not
into
at all.
your...
No.
It's not too mannish, is
No,
it?
he just kind of develops himself into our everyday lives. He's
Okay.
quite nice.
He's a very intricate
Well,
part
if we had to
of
dress like Ed or P, I would prefer the big E
the Big E.
Of course.
instead of the small P.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's much cooler.
Let's talk about some of the venues you've performed at, some of the clubs. Where have you been playing around?
Well,
lately?
mostly the VFWs in Burnsville, Roseville.
And South Dakota.
We've been pretty much trying to dominate the VFW circuit as it is. We've
forget
been
the-
having to rent a
those-
lot
those-
of gear because,
Those bowling alleys have been good to us too.
well,
We
lit and
couldn't
papers
get-
come in really helpful.
good.
We got that
at
days
this
in.
moment.
The days in, we're getting exclusive sponsorship by the Red Roof Inn.
Well, didn't we get that thing going with Howard Johnson's yet?
We're working on that.
Actually,
That's coming up.
it's been, what, 7th Street?
But I guess if you really wanted to see us, you'd have to look at us at some of the more local underground venue showcases in our city. And I'd like to take this moment to say Steve McQuillan is my god, my dad, and my idol.
Okay.
That means we played First Avenue, 7th Street entry,
Caboose Uptown.
Caboose, Uptown.
We played
all
Williams,
the cool
but I
places.
don't
We
think they
played
want us
Williams,
back.
but
They don't want us back.
We
And
kinda
then
went
Williams,
on
where
a
was it? The
bar
nightclub?
tab.
Williams nightclub?
Williams
or-
nightclub,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
Look, you're over there.
They told us not to play
See?
real loud
I
and
should
not
have
to
that
put our
job.
bass or drums in the front of the house mix.
We had the biggest
And I always wondered why they
draw
don't
they
want
ever
you to do
had.
your real job. When they hire you to play your music, then they go, well, could you play it this way?
Over there.
And then you go, well,
No,
sure,
we don't
we'll play it that
way.
way. We'll play it that way. Just give us all the, well, we don't usually give free beer to you guys.
They caught us.
Well, you should though. They caught us with an $80.
Is that right?
They caught
Well,
us.
we ran out the back.
But we
fast,
still made
so
it
we
out.
got the check.
You can't win them all. I mean,
And if
you know.
Tim's watching, or Mike, or whatever his name is, we don't live where we used to. And we're not going to live where we live now next month.
Okay,
Next month.
let's talk about upcoming gigs in the very near future to commemorate your release, your album release, that kind of thing. Where are you going to be gigging soon?
Well, we got some out of town things
Well,
coming up.
we'll be doing the big Eau Claire College. We'll
That's
be doing
on
Chicago.
December 10th. We're in Eau Claire.
We'll be
December
doing,
21st, we're in Chicago.
December 31st, New Year's Eve, Best Bands of 1988.
That's us.
Feature showcase at First Avenue, 7th Street entry, 7th Street entry exclusively. We're going to be headlining that bill because, I don't know, somehow.
Come ring in
Somehow
the new
we
year
are the
with
best
us.
new band. I don't know who would have guessed it. Then after
Okay.
that, we hit the road, and we're just going to go all over
February, we'll
the
be on the
country.
road for 6 weeks, and hopefully we'll get paid.
Do you have another video project
Yes, we
coming
do.
along the way? Somewhere
Yes,
that
we
We're
do.
looking for ideas right now.
Who
Phil Harder.
worked on it? Phil Harder.
This guy
He's
and
right here
Rick
with us.
Lawrence and Rick Fuller.
They co-produced and
Yeah,
co-directed?
they work with this company called Horse Latitudes, and they've got a lot of video access stuff, quite like you guys might have here, available in their own hometown of Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Wonderful.
And they've been
really
working
good.
a lot with us recently. And does she know what she's doing?
Well,
Yeah.
she's kind of a rookie, but
She
you know,
landing
let's help
planes
her
or
out.
what? Hey, boss, the plane,
Over there, over there.
Oh, runway 3 is closed.
We're talking to Black Spot, and this is TC Muzique, and coming up in the next few weeks, some possibilities are.
Here's the last question he
Let me just-
Oh,
let me
yes.
just- I'm not done with you guys yet. I'm just an insert here, okay? Some of the bands that we might be coming up with on the show are the Mubblebugs, Power Mad, Dr. Mambo's Combo. Those are some of the possibilities, so I invite you to stay tuned in the next coming
We know who the Superior
weeks
band
here
is.
during the upcoming holiday seasons of 1988. And let's finish off with some of these questions here. Your hobbies, gentlemen. What do you like to do in your spare time while you're not prancing around on the stage doing your manly stuff?
Manly rock star thing.
I ride a motorbike myself. Of course,
motorbike.
that's past now. There's snow.
I snowboard, skateboard, and drink beer.
Okay.
We all do that.
Even now during this...
Snowboarding's coming up.
Oh,
I got
okay,
indoor
right.
spots for skateboarding because I got my own inside ramp. And then snowboarding, going on my first snowboard trip this Sunday up to Bibbawabak, Minnesota.
Biwabik?
Biwabik. It's the pronunciation and spelling that I'm confused with. And that ought to be very exciting.
Okay. Anybody else have some particular hobbies
Video
that you'd like to
games.
mention? Video games. You like to play video games. Okay. Any particular ones?
No.
Just
Anything.
any
Mario
car
Kart
quarter
on the
into?
Anything that'll take a
Car
quarter.
races, you know.
Those car racing kind. Okay. And
I'll collect records.
live from Studio 5, we have, we're going to
drink
talk to somebody
coffee
on
in
the
Sam
phone, are we?
Force.
Or? Intro live song.
We're doing a live
Oh,
show.
we're going to listen to some music from Black Spot here on
come
TC
on,
Muzique,
have
I think. And so let's take a listen to that. And
You got gum.
yeah, so that's not going to work. But so is the song coming on now, or? There we go. Okay. What song is this, guys?
Burn.
This is Burn, the title cut.
Called Burn.
Okay.
Whoops.
This is
Yes.
background.
Yeah. It's like underneath.
Credits?
No, not yet. I don't think.
This song's about a pyromaniac young child who grew up in a rural neighborhood and set fires to a lot of things.
That's what this song is all about.
Yeah.
6-year-old coyote.
Kids shouldn't play with matches. And you should have locks on your cupboard's door where you keep your cleaning supplies if you have small children. And if you drop your pennies, remember, you know, pennies don't have much value, but if a child swallows a penny, and many children will pick up anything and put it right in their mouth. And I know you don't think pennies, but if you let the child eat it, that'd really be a mess.
A message of concern from Jay Christopher.
Gotta stick a ballpoint pen.
Isn't it? It's just great. But, okay, thank you very much for watching. This is Black Spot. Good luck, gentlemen, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. This show will be replayed next Friday at 11 p.m., Channel 33.
That's the night we're playing.
11 p.m.
Did anyone
And then,
bother calling?
we'll be on the regional channel also this Saturday on Channel 6 at 9:30 p.m., so please watch that. That was a show with the Widgets. So we'll see you later. Aloha. Have a good evening.